Now, we joke a lot on this show. We think laughter is really important, but we have gotten serious many times talking about domestic violence because, as you may know, Kathy was brave enough to share you were a victim.
I'm a survivor
of domestic violence many years ago.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So 1 out of 3 women and 1 out of 7 men are going to be affected by domestic violence in their lifetime. That's huge.
Yeah,
okay.
Sad.
The Denver Center for Crime Victims is really making a difference, helping domestic violence survivors with counseling, and they have this new program that's called trauma-sensitive yoga.
Okay.
So it's really cool. So being a survivor myself, I went and checked it out with all the other ladies. Survivors of domestic violence and trauma will tell you the emotional and mental scars are far deeper and they last a lot longer than the physical ones do.
We have hotline, we have financial assistance, we have support groups, individual counseling, and we do a lot of advocacy and networking with other agencies in Colorado, really, to provide survivors of trauma access to services they need.
Yeah. One of those services is Befriending the Body Trauma-Sensitive Yoga, which centers on the mind and body connection. Each class has a counselor and yoga instructor present.
Trauma lives in your body, and oftentimes we find that our clients, they disassociate and they don't pay attention how they really feel in their body. They are tense and they develop a lot of somatic health issues, be it headaches, be it stomach aches or others. And so we work to connect mind and body in our classes.
One of the program's goals is to be present and pay attention to how your body feels during the class.
We give them permission to take a break, to go and sip on a water or do any other things, which is empowering them because oftentimes victims don't know they have choices.
The class teaches simple techniques that can be practiced outside the class when survivors feel they are triggered or have anxiety or get headaches.
And allow any remaining tension from anywhere in your body to flow out through the tips of your toes.
The class is supported by Hopeline from Verizon. Hopeline is focused 100% on supporting domestic violence organizations, causes, and education programs.
I think the main point is that Verizon is not immune to domestic violence. We too have lost employees to partner violence. We have relocated employees if they are in that situation. And I think that really we look to partner with organizations that are really kind of pushing this issue forward in their communities.
One of the things Hopeline does is to give a voice back to those that might have lost it.
The phones are then refurbished and sold. A portion of those goes towards grants that we give out to domestic violence organizations. Another portion of the phones we keep, and then we give out to domestic violence organizations or local law enforcement. They can then provide those phones directly to domestic violence clients to use in emergency situations.
And every survivor that was in that class with me agreed, there is nothing better than releasing that bad energy and filling it with hope.
There is help. Have courage and ask for help. It's not okay to stay in abusive relationships. There is help.
Namaste.
It was a wonderful class. I can't tell you how awesome it was. And thanks to all those old cell phones, and they take all kinds of cell phones. So your batteries, old chargers, regardless of what kind of brand they are, you just drop them in the bins at the Verizon stores. And because of all those phones, for the past decade, Hopeline has been able to donate like $500,000 to domestic violence organizations here in Colorado alone. Yeah. So trauma yoga classes are free to people at the program. They're at a discounted rate for the public, so anybody can go. For more info, just go to denvervictims.org. And I got to tell you, Chris, when I was there, it's been over 15 years since it happened to me. But like going through it and I relived the entire moment, but it was a different kind of emotion this time. And it really, there was stuff I was still harboring 15 years later. So you really do need to work through it and get it out because it does stay in your body. It's crazy, but that's wonderful. Such an awesome program.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yes.